Welcome to my CBSE English teacher. Today let's learn the lesson Mijbil the Otter by Gavin Maxwell from class 10 English. If you're watching my video for the first time, consider subscribing. You can listen to the explanations of lessons from classes 10, 11 and 12 English. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a video. So let's go on to the video now. About the author. Gavin Maxwell was a Scottish naturalist and author, best known for his non-fiction writing and his work with otters. He wrote the book Ring of Bright Water about how he brought an otter back from Iraq and raised it in Scotland. Introduction. Gavin Maxwell lives in a cottage in Fianna in the West Highlands in Scotland. He is fond of keeping pets. After the death of his pet dog Johnny, he was too sad to think of a dog again. A friend of his from Basra presents him an otter. He takes this otter to England where he has a flat of his own. He has some interesting experiences during his air journey from Basra to Paris and London. Here is a summary of the story. The author lived in a cottage in Fianna in Scotland. He had a pet dog. When Johnny died, he did keep a dog again for some time, but life without a pet was lonely, so he decided to have another pet. He didn't want to have a dog again. In 1956, he went to southern Iraq. He had decided by then that he would keep an otter as a pet instead of a dog. His home in Scotland had much water around it, so it would be suitable for an otter. The author shared this idea with a friend. He supported the idea and suggested that he should take an otter from the Tigris marshes. He said that otters were in plenty at that place. He and his friend decided to go to Basra for an otter. His friend's mail had arrived, but the author's mail was late. There was a delay of a few days. In the meantime, his friend left. At last, the author's mail came. He went to his room in order to read it. There he found two Arabs. They had brought a sack which was on the floor. In the sack there was an otter. They said that it was for him. The otter was a small creature like a small dragon. It was covered with mud from head to tail. Under the mud, it had a soft velvet skin. He was like that of a chocolate brown mole. It took the author many days to completely remove the mud from his body. He named the otter Mijbil. His race was unknown to scientists. At first, Mijbil was neither hostile nor friendly. He was simply aloof and indifferent. On the first night, it slept on the floor. The next night, he slipped onto the author's bed and slept between his knees. Mijbil started taking interest in its surroundings. The author made a body belt for him. When Mijbil was taken to the bathroom, he enjoyed his bath. He went wild with joy in the water of the tub. The author knew that otters are fond of water. 2 days later, Mijbil escaped from the bedroom. It went to the bathroom. He sat into the bathtub and turned on the tap. He was happy under the running water. Soon the author became habitual of being called as Midge. He followed the author when he called him his name. It spent most of its time playing with a rubber ball and marbles. He would throw the ball like a soccer player. His real play was when he lay on his back and played with the small objects between his paws. Marbles were his favorite toys. Days passed peacefully at Basra. Then it was time for the author to come back. He dreaded the prospect of transporting Midge to England and to Fianna. He knew that the British airline would not fly animals to London, so he had to book a flight to Paris in another airline and another to London. The airline advised that Midge should be packed in a box. The author put Midge into a box an hour before he started for the airport so that Midge would be accustomed to it. Then the author went for a meal. When he returned, there was silence in the box. He noticed blood from the air holes. He at once opened it. He found Midge troubled and covered with blood. Midge had torn the inner lining of the box. It was just 10 minutes to the flight and the airport was 5 miles away. So the author put it back in the box and hurried to the airport. The car driver drove very fast. The aircraft was waiting to take off. He rushed in. He covered the place near his seat with newspapers. He gave the parcel of fish to the air hostess for the otter. She cooperated with the author and advised him to keep the pet on his knee. But soon Midge was out of the box. He disappeared very soon. Suddenly there was a chaos in the plane. There were squawks and shrieks all around. A woman cried, "A rat! A rat!" The author saw the otter beneath the legs of an Indian. When he tried to catch the otter, his face got covered in a curry. The air hostess assured him that she would find the otter. The author returned to his seat. After some time, the otter came to him and sat on his lap. The otter and the author remained in London for nearly a month. Mijbil used to play for hours with toys, ping pong balls, marbles, rubber fruit, and suitcase. He would place the ball on the sloping top of the suitcase. Then he would hurry and catch it before the ball fell off the suitcase. The author used to take the otter out for exercise and walk. Both walked through the streets. Midge developed certain habits on those walks. He went with the author like children playing, running, and touching things in the streets. When the author was near a primary school, Midge would jump on the wall and gallop on it. In London, many people had not seen an otter. When they saw Midge, they guessed what kind of animal it was. The author faced a stream of questions filled with guesses. The people guessed that it could be a baby seal, a walrus, a hippo, a beaver, a bear cub, a leopard, etc. But nobody could guess that it was an otter. Questions and answers. Question number 1. Why does the author go to Basra? How long does he wait there and why? Answer. He had gone to Basra to the Consulate General to receive an answer for his mail from Europe. Unfortunately, only his friend's mail had arrived. Therefore, he tried connecting to England via telegraph and telephone but could not associate due to the waiting period, holidays, and technical glitches for another couple of days. His mail arrived after waiting for 5 days. Question number 2. What happened when Maxwell took Mijbil to the bathroom? What did it do 2 days after that? Answer. When Maxwell took Mijbil to the bathroom, for half an hour he went wild with joy in the water, plunging and rolling in it, shooting up and down the length of the bathtub underwater and making enough splash like a hippo. 2 days later, it escaped into the bathroom and Maxwell saw that it was opening the tap all by itself. Question number 3. Why does Maxwell say the air hostess was the queen of her very kind? Answer. When Maxwell boarded the flight, he took the air hostess into confidence about the latest incidents about his pet. Being understanding, friendly, and kind, she advised him to keep the box on his lap. Thus, the way she listened and helped him led to an admiration that made the narrator say that she was the very queen of her kind. I hope you liked today's video. For more interesting videos, do subscribe to my CBSE English teacher. Don't forget to like, share and give your valuable comments. Do subscribe if you're watching this video for the first time. Thank you for watching.